Market Wizards is considered a set text for anyone who wants to be a financial trader. Written by a futures analyst, Jack Schwager, it comprises 16 interviews with some of the world's most successful traders, including Richard Dennis of Turtle Trader fame, Paul Tudor Jones, and Ed Seykota. Today's video is a summary about a few of the interviews in the book, so you can get inspired by the best traders around the world. Before we get into the video, don't forget that we have a bonus fact for you at the very end. With that out of the way, let's get into it. About the author. Jack D. Schwager is a recognized industry expert on futures and hedge funds and the author of a number of widely acclaimed financial books. He is currently the co-portfolio manager for the ADM Investor Services Diversified Strategies Fund, a portfolio of futures and FX managed accounts. He is also an advisor to Market Topper, an India-based quantitative trading firm. Previously, Mr. Schwager was a partner in the Fortune Group, a London-based hedge fund advisory firm, which specialized in creating customized hedge fund portfolios for institutional clients, and also spent over 20 years as a director of futures research for some of Wall Street's leading firms. Let's get into summaries of a few interviews he had with some successful traders. Michael Marcus. The first trader Schwager interviews, Michael Marcus, had his best year in 1979 when he traded gold up from the mid-$200 as it surged parabolically to a peak of over $800 per ounce. News of the invasion of Afghanistan stimulated the initial breakout move. Interestingly, Marcus says he heard the news before traders in New York did because he was stationed on the West Coast. In those days, I had an advantage by being in California because I was up trading in Hong Kong when my New York colleagues were asleep. I remember when I heard about the invasion of Afghanistan on the television news. I called Hong Kong to see if anybody knew about it, and nobody seemed to. The price wasn't changing. I was only able to buy 200,000 ounces of gold before anyone knew what was happening, says Marcus. Marcus goes on to say it was an opportunistic news-based trade that he never again replicated, suggesting that even in 1979, markets were highly efficient. From a news sentiment-based perspective, this example highlights the value of being ahead of the curve. Bruce Kutner. The next trader in the book, Bruce Kutner, is a wizard at trading currency markets. What's really interesting about his interviews is the insights it gives into his thought processes. Kutner talks about how he makes decisions by imagining different future scenarios and then whittling them down to a central scenario by a process of deduction. One of the jobs of a good trader is to imagine alternative scenarios. I try to form many different mental pictures of what the world should be like and wait for one of them to be confirmed. Inevitably, most of these pictures will turn out to be wrong, but then all of a sudden, you will find in one picture 9 out of 10 elements click. That scenario becomes your image of the world's reality, says Kutner. He also likens the process of alternative scenario building to trying to step into the shoes of the New Zealand finance minister and imagining what policies he would be most likely to enact. Evidence suggests news sentiments can provide accurate early estimates of infrequent official macroeconomic releases such as unemployment or balance of payments data. It can provide an added piece in the jigsaw puzzles of variables the finance minister might base his future decisions on. Stuart Walton. Stuart Walton, in his initial days of market trading, has made so many bad decisions that he almost went bankrupt. But the fact that those bad decisions are the ones which taught him a lot about the markets is something he can't deny. He then became so skilled with the markets that he more than doubled his money annually. His firm, Reindeer Capital, consists of only one employee, which was himself. The typical reason being he was so much influenced by the tips and suggestions from people around him that he almost went bankrupt following them. While trading the markets, he lost $10,000, which is the money he borrowed from his father. Later, he lost $37,500, which is 3/4 of the money he took out from the home equity loan from the house he bought when he moved to San Francisco. That was the lowest point in his life, as he mentions. Although he was going through such a low point in his life, he did not give up on markets and gambled with the remaining money and got back up again. Yes, you heard that right. At this point where he was almost bankrupt, he gambled with the remaining money and the stock he invested in went from 10 to 17, and he got out of it and took his profits. Although he says that it was almost pure luck that it did work for him that way. This step of his is appreciable owing to the fact that though he lost almost all of his savings, he did not have second thoughts about trading, and he put himself in a position to be lucky enough. Steve Watson. Steve's personality was such that he took risks for fun. The fact that he spent his childhood catching snakes proves that point. Yes, you heard that right. However, when it comes to trading, he did not take risks straight away, but was a person who accepted risks. He was the kind of person who would want the risks he takes to be under his firm control. So this clearly suggests that these successful traders we are discussing end up using the methodology that fits their personality the best. While the person whom we discussed previously wasn't taking the company's workers or people's perspective into consideration at all, this man's trading was heavily dependent on communicating with people, which suits his easygoing personality. Some lessons from the book. Number 1. Manage money only if you can devote 100% of your energy and enthusiasm towards it. Number 2. Luck is a very important factor in this business, as he suggests, or to be framed rightly, you have to place yourself in a position to be lucky enough. Number 3. If you have some weak links in your personality, such as listening to tips or having a gambling urge, then the best thing you could do to avoid them is to not avoid them by simply keeping aside some of the money to satisfy your urges. Number 4. Do not hold on to stocks which are likely a dead cat, hoping it will bounce back in the future. The sooner you get out, the better. Stop loss holds the key. Number 5. It is easy to make a living by trading the markets is the biggest misconception people have. Number 6. Do not risk too much on a single company. Keep your portfolio diversified, always. Number 7. Stick strongly to your own beliefs. Do not change your methodology because someone else's methodology contradicts yours. Number 8. It is important to do our own research rather than blindly following the Wall Street reports. Number 9. Start small and deposit funds consistently so that you instantly reduce the risk of your early failures. Number 10. Immerse yourself in different strategies and decide on one that you know you can consistently commit to. Thank you for waiting patiently. It's now finally time for the bonus fact. Mr. Schwager is a frequent seminar speaker and has lectured on a range of analytical topics, including the characteristics of great traders, investment fallacies, hedge fund portfolios, managed accounts, technical analysis, and trading system evaluation. Which one of these interviews is the most inspiring to you? Comment down below and let us know all about it. Thank you for staying with us throughout the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more like this, and we will be back with a new video to inspire and motivate soon. Bye, lovely viewers.